Internet, where have you been all my life? Look at my new plant. Hello, Internet. I need to find somewhere where I can prop this up so that you can see me. Because I'm that narcissistic that I take videos of myself every day. No, I'm joking. I really don't like it. I don't agree with narcissism. I have struggled with it over the years. Not personally. Not personally from first-hand experience. They can make life extremely challenging, and we all just want to be loved and supported and just be able to get on with our own stuff. And unfortunately, I haven't found myself in situations where that has been all of that simple. However, we now find myself sitting in my van. This is the new van that's going to be posted on Warrington Car Hire using the platform Toro. I should really put a link. They always do that on Instagram, don't they? Check out here, and then a pop-up will come up, and the pop-up comes up and it'll say nothing because I'm not going to do it. But there's always a but. Yeah, man, today is moving some stuff, getting the van ready to go online, giving the dogs a run. I slept in this morning until 10:53. Can you believe it? I never do that. I'm usually up around 7:30 every day, and I must have just been knackered. Life today, you always feel better after a long sleep or a decent sleep. I feel a bit groggy, but I was feeling very down in the dumps yesterday. And I realised that I definitely need to keep up my supplement practice. Ashwagandha, which is something that I'll be releasing my own line of in time, is like a herbal anti-cortisol, basically mood lifter. And the thing with mood lifters is we've got this stigma about taking something to lift your mood because it's called an antidepressant. Don't get me wrong, ashwagandha is a holistic remedy, which is actually way safer and easier in my experience. What I think it's way easier and way safer. It's just a little bit expensive, and that's why I want to get involved and want to sell it at the very least the price of what an antidepressant would be. So you're getting something that's herbal, you're getting something that's less chemically, that will basically give you the same. I found it to give me better results because there's side effects and all sorts from taking antidepressants, and the whole antidepressant thing is the thing that creates the stigma. It should just be a mood lifter, and there's nobody on planet Earth that won't benefit from taking a mood lifter. Like, can you imagine just being in a better mood most of the time? All right, cool, we'll take this ashwagandha, which eventually I will give the highest possible product quality for the lowest possible price, just because I've coined this thing philanthropic for profit, which is where I just want to run businesses to basically only break even so that it helps people and helps the community and then in turn, obviously I want to help myself, but I get that from helping people. I get that from making a little bit of money on top of it. So that's my plan, or one of my plans anyway. So I want the world to be a better place, and I don't understand why it can't be. I don't think it can be. I just think that you need some people to cajole us into the right direction. And I'm not saying that I'm this sort of wise wisdom sort of prophet, motherfucker type vibes. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is I've made so many mistakes, and I learned the hard way on my own. I was never blessed with, people around me that wanted me to do well and be well. And I'm conscious that I don't want to have a froward mouth, and I want to keep, I don't want to talk bad about people. But I say I've never really felt loved and never really felt supported, and so then I had to go and find things out on my own, and that was done by trial and error. And I started off doing the booze and partying and getting on it all the time and sessioning and all that kind of stuff. And that was a form of escapism, and I realised that wasn't the way to fix the problems, because when you get into that mindset of just like numb yourself, whether it be booze or getting on it or smoking bud or any things like that, you're just avoiding problems. And the only way of actually fixing it is to go inside and face like the shadow side or whatever, and figure out what my drivers are and why I feel like that way, and what life experiences got me to feeling the way that I feel now, and is there a better way of doing it. And where I've got to is that there are better ways of doing it. There is a blueprint for feeling better. There is a blueprint for having a more fulfilled and productive life, and it comes from wellness and looking after yourself and taking certain supplements and exercise and all this good stuff, and having goals and goal setting and faith and meditation, and there's loads of stuff. And this is my new van, and I feel quite tired. I've already done a video for Facebook before this, and this always zapped me with my energy. Yeah, there's definitely a positive shift happening in the world. People are getting more sort of open to the fact that the systems of control that we've been taught over many years of school and work and the capitalist rat rail, what do they call it? The rat race, not rat wheel, it's the gerbil wheel, isn't it? But people are waking up to it now. Entrepreneurship it is incredibly accessible. It's really, really, really not that difficult to start an entrepreneur, and it's even with AI and the internet now, it's so easy to side hustle. I know it's difficult when you've got family and drama and all that stuff to find the time and space to do it, but if you really don't like the situation that you're in, then there are ways to maneuver your life into a position where you can be more productive and more happy. You just got to either learn the hard way, like I had to, or listen to people that have learned the hard way. And I don't mean to sound big-headed, but I really do hope that at some point my platform, my foghorn, for want of a better phrase, will be big enough that actually people will listen, because my main driver is harmony, because we can all just live in harmony, and there's no reason why we can't just all live in harmony. And we're not all as different as we think that we are. There are demographics that are just given to us through culture and school, and there's better ways of doing things where everybody wins, including me, because at least then I feel like the mistakes that I made were for good reason, and the learnings that I've learned, I feel like I've made a blueprint for making myself better and the world better. And then I hope that people, problem is that in this system you have to have a platform, which is backwards, because that makes you a false idol, which is against one of the 10 commandments. But unfortunately, it's the system that we are thrust into, like it or not. So it's almost like you have to become a false idol knowing that you're a false idol, but also then having the right motivations and driver, and having your shit together, because how many celebrities have got their shit together? And then they're the role models that we look up to. It's so backwards. But I hope that, even if it's just for my son, even if Leonardo sees this as when he's older and stuff, and God forbid anything happens to me, which definitely won't be by tapping out. I couldn't do that to him, and I'll never ever do it. I got this far. The problem is with tapping out, you have to start again. It's like you have to start the level again, and I've come too far to tap out now. And I just couldn't do it to him. So even if it means that I have to live in, I've journaled torture. But that's the thing about life. It's not easy, but if we can find ways to make it easier, then do that. And easier is probably the wrong word. More fulfilling, more fulfilling is probably the word. Easier is probably the wrong word. You don't want an easy life. You want voluntary self-sacrifice that helps you grow and lifts the community and lifts you and lifts your family and helps you grow nice trees. What do you want? You want to play in the garden? That's my cue to go. Take care, everybody. Look after yourselves. Look after your family. Take care of your responsibilities. Take on more responsibilities. Drop all the bullshit, whether that be partying or boozing or shagging about, or just drop it all, because it's not fulfilling you. It'll never fulfill you. It's only avoiding going inside and looking at the shadow self and looking at yourself and thinking, do you know what? Fuck it. Let's try something else, because the road that I'm going down right now isn't the one, and that's where I got to. But that sobriety and stuff like that actually becomes fairly simple once you step back. The stepping back socially, spitting when I'm talking, the stepping back socially is a thing, especially in Britain. But like, the phone stops going, but good. Because you realise who your real friends are, you realise who cares about you, you realise what's important in life. But you can only get that when you dull down the noise, you become a bit of a hermit, you focus on yourself and what you want and figure out your goals and where you want to go in life and what legacy you want to leave. But no, not many people do it really. Well, I don't know, because I try and stay off. I watch YouTube, but I like YouTube because you can tailor. I just watch boxing stuff. I used to watch a lot of psychology stuff or wrestling. Just stuff for me. I don't ever watch live TV. Never. I don't even really watch live sport anymore, other than the boxing. So, anyway, take care of yourselves, because you deserve it. And you've just been passed intergenerational shit that you're passed on by your parents, and their parents passed it to them, and it's been going on for years and years and years. So hide away in a bottle, but there's going to come a point where you're going to have to look at yourself in the mirror, and the sooner you do that, the sooner the fog clears, and then despite you having to fight off the fog, basically, you can do it. Anyone can do it. It's just about believing in yourself, having faith, trusting the process, and trying to be a good person. Honesty is very, very important. But as well, like, if you lie, you have to keep up with your lies. Oh God, I could not be bothered with that at all. I just never ever lie. There's no point. It creates a bad karmic cycle for yourself. Also, it comes from insecurity as well. Bullshitters and liars. It comes from because you can't get the job done that you want to get done without using alternative means. And in this case, it would be lying or sin or whatever you want to call it. But like, maybe you don't have the tools to get what you want right now. Well, go and get them. Go and figure it out. Don't give up. Never give up. Never give up on anything. If it means something to you, double down. Find a way. I spoke to a woman in B&M the other day, and she was saying she had sciatica and it was fucking her up, and she's just given up. I said, "Are you doing stretching?" Because I managed to cure it through, touch wood, to cure it through stretching and whatever it was. And she looked so sad, so defeated. But like, that's a choice. It's a choice whether you want to be defeated or not. And you can break out of it through positive mental attitude, just don't give up, believe in yourself, having the faith that it will get better, ride the waves, roll with the punches. But the storm always passes. One thing when I find now, if I'm really feeling in the dumps, I just say to myself out loud, I can do this, I've got this. Because I know that, another thing as well, it's like, it does pass. So when you feel like terrible, it will pass. And the same thing goes when you feel happy, it will pass. But it's all about savouring the good moments and knowing that the bad moments won't last forever. Because we all have ups and downs. And it's just knowing that, the sun rises again, doesn't it? It sounds really cliche, but it's true. It's cliche for a reason. The sun does come up the next day, and you can try and get a good sleep, try and look after your body and mind, and know that it's not over till the fat lady sings. And as far as I can see, there is no fat lady ever singing. It's a metaphor for something else I've not thought about, but she ain't coming. Even if you go to the opera, she's not coming. It's not that fat lady. So believe in yourselves, know it will get better, and you'll get to a point where you're stood on a beach, you're looking into the distance and you can see a thunderstorm going on, but it's so far away that you can't even hear the noise. You can see it, but you can't hear it. And that's a good metaphor for life problems. And eventually you'll get in a plane and you'll fly right over the top. You'll always know that the storm was there. You'll always be able to know and consciously know that you went through that, but you'll be the plane and you'll fly off over the top of it onto pastures new. Take it easy, take care of yourselves, have faith, trust the process, and get a dog. Because they're spirit guides as well as anything else. And I'll teach you what you want to learn if you are open to it. Thanks, Internet. Take it easy.